Hello, and welcome to Blame the Edit podcast. This podcast is led by the madam herself, the madam. Yes, that is her name. Thank you for joining today. Today we're going to talk about the finale trailer of The Bachelorette on ABC. I was going to do a recap of the past few episodes of Fantasy Suites and the Men Tell All and seeing Jen on stage and all that, but I ran out of time and this is my first go of this, and I don't really think it's smart to start like a recap of a season that's basically ending. So I'm going to instead do an analysis of the trailer of the finale. We're going to do a deep dive of all the sots that were used, of all the things that were said, and then we're going to do some predictions of how the season ends. So let's dive into the trailer analysis. Okay, so on the Men Tell All, they introduced the trailer. They meaning Jesse, the host, and Jen herself, the Bachelorette. Jesse says the words as he's introducing the trailer, "You are going to be on the edge of your seats the entire time." That's such a big statement. That is saying that all of America is just going to be enthralled by this finale episode. So then we see shots of Jen going on dates with Devin and Marcus, something that I thought was really interesting. Here in this trailer, we see an arc of Marcus, okay? And I will dive into this, but his first point of his character arc, he says in his confessional, "I'm well on my way to find true love." It was very FRANKENBITE edited, meaning it was strung together audio pieces to make a sentence. It's very hard and annoying to do as an editor. He says, "I'm well on my way to find true love." That means he's still on his way. Can we talk about that? We are at the end of a journey, and his agency is still wrapped up. Just trying to find it. He's trying to find that treasure gold love. He says that in his confessional. I don't know how you're going to try to find love before you propose in like 2 days, but we'll find out. Then we cut to a scene where Jen's brother is with Devin, and he straight up says like, "Yo, bro, I am not going to give the blessing to propose to Jen." Then we hear that Devin's all frustrated and just like unsupported, just kind of is like, WTH, like, I didn't get the blessing. Then we go to this 2-shot interview setup with Jen and her mother speaking in their native language, and I really liked this scene, by the way. It just felt the most natural in terms of like reality TV, just having this comfortable conversation in your language with your mother, and she's straight up saying like, "Yo, you need more time." Which like 100% she needs more time. We'll see who she was actually talking about too. Was she talking about Marcus? Was she talking about Devin? Was she talking about both? We shall see. Then we cut to a conversation of Marcus talking with a mother and another family member, and she asks, "Are you ready to be engaged?" And then he straight up says, "I want to get there for her." This is arc 2. So let me pause. The first sentence of the first shot Marcus said was, "I am well on my way to find true love." Now his second one of his arc is that he wants to get there. So he is solidifying his agency. He is saying that he's still in this and he wants it. This is his goal. Then the mom says, "Well, are you ready to be engaged then?" which is, what I just asked. If you're still saying you want it and you're well on your way, does that mean that you want to take that huge step to get engaged / get on a knee and propose? All right, then we cut to a 2-shot setup with the brother and Jen, and he straight up says to her, "You have a history with people who are emotionally unavailable. How long are you willing to wait?" I think it's very obvious here that he's talking about Marcus, because Devin has just been very adamant, like, yo, I'm in love, like, yo, tell me you love me. She did tell him. And then he wanted the blessing. His agency is very much already there. And then Jen's like, yeah, man, like, I don't want to repeat history. So does that mean history of choosing a man who's not available, or just repeating history of choosing either of them and like just not trusting herself or something? I don't know. And then we see Devin having doubts again, and Jen says there's uncertainty in our relationship and she's tired of it. She doesn't want to feel this way. What I'm seeing here is these men, they're interested. We could get into the topic of, are they interested for TV, or are they interested for actually her and their relationship? I will go with the former. I really think it's for TV. I think all of this is for TV. That's why it's been going for 2 decades. But for her to say she's tired of it and she doesn't want to feel this way, she's been thrown with so many doubts. Like, Marcus is saying he's well on his way still, and then Devin's like, I love you, I'm ready. But then he's like, oh my gosh, I just have doubts again. That's tough. That is such a push-pull mental strain. So I could see, like, she's probably just like barely making it at this point. And then we cut to seeing Marcus is struggling. And then I love this part. She says, we're running out of time. And she said it with such like, she said it just so matter-of-factly, right? And I bet this was filmed just a day or two before the proposal day. And she's like, yo, bro, like, we're just running out of time. And then here is the arc 3, where Marcus really amps up his agency in this trailer, right? We don't know how he actually will say it, how it will come about in the actual episode, but here's arc 3. Then he says, I know that I love you. I don't want to give up on us. So let's rewind. He said, I'm well on my way to find true love. Then he said, I want to get there for her. And then he says, I know that I love you. All right, that is a huge advancement. And he doesn't want to give up. So in my frank opinion, I think he is proposing the idea of not pursuing an engagement. And I don't know how true it is that Jen is like, I only want to leave here as an engagement. Because that has been her agency this whole time. So I could really see Marcus being like, I don't want to give up on us. Can we please just only date? Yeah, so I think he proposes that, and then we will see how that will turn about. If she's pro game for that, or if she's like, all right, let's just like dip out on this relationship. All right, then we cut to this drone shot. We see the establishment of proposal day. Jen's in a sit-down session with Jesse, and then he says, quote, are you sure you want to do this? Then Jen nods her head yes. We fade into her walking in her beautiful white dress on the beach. And then she says, what I'm about to do today is something I'd never thought I'd do. And then she picks up a rose. She says to a man, I can't let you propose to me. And then a shot of her putting the rose back down. All right, we are going to wrap. That is the recap of the trailer. Now, I'm going to get into the analysis of this last few bits of the scene. Let's go back. She says, what I'm about to do today is something I thought I'd never do. I don't think that she's specifically talking about getting engaged. I think it could go two ways. I think that honestly, here's my madam prediction. I think that she's going to propose. I know. I think that's a huge escalation, right, of all that we've just talked about. But I really think it could get there. I think that the whole pick up, put down rose, that is all editing to establish suspense. I think that she does pick up the rose. And by the way, the man she's talking to in the shot, when she says, I can't let you propose to me, I think it's obvious that it's Devin because of how tall she's looking up, or how high she's looking up. I don't think the height difference is that severe with Marcus. Plus, like, Marcus has been tripping out. Like, he has... Anyway, I don't think it's Marcus. And I think it ends with her taking a knee and proposing. And then she ends up happily ever after with Devin. That is how I think that it ends. I do want to say, let's backtrack to other trailers that we've seen. We've seen this specific shot where Jin knocks on the door of a hotel room, and it was shown after the putting the rose back down shot to establish, like, she said no to someone, and then she goes to a hotel room door. Who do we think that could be, and where do we think that will actually take place in the episode? I honestly think that that is her knocking on the door of Marcus's room. And then we saw that scene where she says, we're running out of time. I think she honestly goes to the hotel room to have this chat with him. And then either they break up there, or they reestablish, like, they're still going to work on it. They're going to make it to proposal day. And then she says no at the altar proposal day. I don't know. That is what I think. All that to say, I do think she ends up with Devin. I don't know if they last because she looked mad single on the men tell all. Let's clarify and establish that, you know what I'm saying? That is my prediction of how it ends. If anyone is listening to this, please put in the comments of what your prediction is, and provide me feedback. Why do you think that my prediction might be wrong? I'd love to hear that as well. So now for the last portion of this episode, thanks again, y'all, for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed it. Now I want to segue into movies and media with the madam. All right, y'all. So most recent movie that I watched Taxi Driver for the first time ever. I am a film major, and I know it is a huge shame that it's taken this long to actually sit and watch that movie. And I will tell you, it was pretty game changer. I even read like 3 analysis of the movie, and I think it was just so wild to see this executed in the 70s. Like, so game changer, so risky. I don't know, man. And then of course Robert De Niro was just so good in it, like really, really, really good. So I watched that. TV shows, I started watching Felicity, which I know is like so polar opposite of Taxi Driver. If you know me, you know that I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of reality TV. I watch a lot of drama TV. So I saw Felicity pop up on my Hulu suggestion, and it was really hard to get into it, but I'm into it. I'm sucked into it. I'm almost done with season 1, and I started 2 days ago. So I will keep y'all posted on that. Another show I recently watched is a true crime mini series on Hulu called The Beauty Queen Killer 9 Days of Terror. Woof. This was a dark one, y'all. Like, I had to watch it over a course of days. It was really, really graphic, and it's a hard watch, but it was intriguing, and I would recommend it if you're into true crime. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that is it for my first ever episode. Please put anything in the comments. Please put what you like, what you dislike. Again, if you are willing to, please put your predictions of the Bachelorette finale. And I will try to do these weekly, although it might be bi-weekly. And thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great week. Stay safe. And see ya later.